Hollywood after Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you're all full of beige foods tonight. Guillermo, I was going to ask you, do you have your usual Thanksgiving chicken this year?
No, this year we had turkey.
You did? What turned you around?
The family that we went, they only had turkey and they had panettones.
And panettone?
Yeah.
What?
You know the bread, the Italian bread?
Yeah.
Panettones, yeah.
So you had turkey and panettones?
Yeah. It was good. And wine, Jimmy.
And wine?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
This year was different.
Yeah, you're really experiencing all different cultures.
I know.
This is, I have to say, I got so many lovely messages this week from every company I've ever bought anything from. Really, I got beautiful, heartwarming emails from Williams Sonoma, from Shinola, CB2. I got nicer message from CB2 than I did from any member of my actual family this Thanksgiving. Today, as you probably know, is one of the holiest shopping days of the year, Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is followed by Giving Tuesday and Stolen Amazon Package Wednesday. Every year, Americans, we set aside one day to shop online, and that's it. This is interesting. Last year, 51.8% of online sales were made from a smartphone, and that number is expected to go up this year. So when you're opening that special gift this holiday season, please know that there's a very good chance your loved one bought that for you from the toilet on their phone. With that said, there was more in-store shopping on Black Friday this year than last year. Even though Amazon tried their best to make Black Friday as traditional as possible, when you go to buy a TV on Black Friday on Amazon, you could choose add to cart, buy now, or physically rip it out of an old lady's hands. And you know, there's something about wrestling an air fryer out of a fellow human's grip you just don't get from shopping online. They had a very white Sunday in Buffalo last night. I don't know if you saw, this was the scene before the Bills-Niners game. They got 1.5 feet of snow, and somebody forgot to close the sunroof on the stadium. I mean, they had to eat their beer with spoons at this. But 70,000 fans showed up anyway and paid to show. I have to say, I've never liked anything as much as these people who went to that game, like football. Like, if this was where you had to go for sex, I'd still be a virgin. I'd say no thanks. We had a good weekend. I smoked turkey. I sliced my finger open. I burned my arm. All the holiday traditions were there. You know, a lot of people are frying their turkeys nowadays. I did that once, and it was fine. It was enough. You could really screw it up. Like this poor guy who may have left his bird in just a minute too long.
What are you doing, Uncle Jack?
I'm gonna pull the turkey out. It's just, Did it burnt?
We got a burnt turkey, guys!
All right, now, let's say you're Uncle Jack and you've just revealed a turkey that looks like it burned up upon re-entry from orbit. When you find yourself in this situation, what do you say?
It's just the skin, relax.
That's right. It's just the skin, relax. Once you cut through the first 5 inches of charcoal, it's gonna be great. That turkey wasn't fried, it was cremated. But at least it was dead. Some of these poor birds got the shock of their lives this weekend.
What you doing, bub? It's okay, you don't know him. You don't know him.
I don't know him. Have you no decency, woman? You've roasted a member of my flock. This is not a Far Side cartoon. This is my life here. Our pumpkin pie-headed president-elect spent his holiday at Mar-a-Lago with his family and his new best friend. So cool, so cool. That's what Thanksgiving is like in hell. That's what I imagine. It's Donald, it's Elon, and it's YMCA for the millionth time. Who do you think's sicker of that song, the staff at Mar-a-Lago or the village people themselves? Trump has a lot to give thanks for this year, but no one has more to be thankful for this weekend than Hunter Biden. President Biden, even though he specifically said he wouldn't, pardoned his son Hunter yesterday on federal tax and firearm charges. He dropped the pardon out of nowhere, like it was a Kendrick Lamar album, and it caught pretty much everyone by surprise.
Okay, we have a Fox News alert. NBC News is reporting that President Trump has decided he will pardon his son Hunter. This comes ahead of what did I say?
You said Trump, but I could see how you'd make that mistake. It's Trump's got a couple of hunters himself. Now, I am not a presidential historian, but I believe this is the first time a U.S. president has pardoned both his son and a turkey in the same week. Biden released a statement saying that the charges in Hunter's case were politically motivated and his son was selectively and unfairly prosecuted. In other words, the Biden presidency has now entered the grandpa doesn't give a damn about what you think phase. Biden said he arrived at the decision to pardon Hunter over the weekend. The Bidens went to church in Nantucket on Saturday, and at one point during the Mass, Hunter turned to his father and he said, "Dad, do you hear what the priest said about forgiveness?" And it was done. I wonder if Joe now has to get Hunter anything for Christmas. This is good enough, right? And, of course, the right-wing media is going so nuts over this. You'd almost think they got a tape of Biden calling Georgia asking for 11,000 votes.
Joe Biden has lied to us from the get-go.
You lied to us.
He is now graduated to the liar-in-chief.
It's a true travesty against everybody in this country.
This is just total disrespect for the rule of law.
Hypocrisy at its best and a threat to democracy.
Melania Trump has her closet raided by Merrick Garland's DOJ, and then Biden's White House pardons his son. People see the disparity.
This whole thing stinks.
I woke up today. I'm absolutely furious with this.
He and his family are so full of slime that Nickelodeon is going to sue for trademark infringement.
Good one. I bet you haven't used that joke 55,000 times. This is, they have to be kidding, right? Everyone who voted to let a 34-time convicted felon off the hook is very mad about Joe Biden letting his son off the hook. And by the way, I don't necessarily disagree. The guy committed crimes, but let's take a stroll through reality here. Not only did Trump pardon his son-in-law, Jared's dad, who went to prison for hiring a hooker to frame his own brother-in-law, this weekend, he named that same man U.S. ambassador to France. And yes, Joe Biden did say he wasn't going to pardon Hunter, but to be fair, there's a very good chance he doesn't remember saying that, okay? Of course, Trump moved on this news like a bitch. He wrote, "Does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the J6 hostages who've now been in prison for years?" No, it doesn't, but it'd be pretty funny if it did, right? I hereby pardon my son Hunter, and what the hell, the QAnon shaman, too. Trump also announced this weekend that his new senior advisor on Arab and Middle Eastern affairs is his daughter Tiffany's father-in-law. It's like he gave everyone at the dinner table on Thanksgiving a position in his administration. And then we have his wacky new pick to run the FBI, Kash Patel, who is totally unqualified to run the FBI. But what he did do was write not one, not two, but 3 children's books about Donald Trump.
My name is Kash Patel, and I have written the first ever children's Russiagate book. It's called The Plot Against the King. It is a fantastical telling by me, the Russiagate chief investigator under then Chairman Nunes, of how we triumphed to put truth over evil and report the facts to the American public. Please go to the link below and order your copy today.
Yes. I am a normal adult man who wrote a book in which Donald Trump is king and I am his wizard for kids. Specifically, one 78-year-old kid. My kids like Goodnight Moon. I don't know about yours, but let's take another look at Kash Patel, seen here right after winning the 2024 Stare Directly Into Your Soul contest. Oh, the Q crowd must be going. Every pizza place in America is about to have its doors kicked in by the FBI looking for baby meat and the pepperoni. But for now, it's business as usual at the White House. The First Lady unveiled the decor for Biden's last Christmas in office today. The theme this year is peace and light, as opposed to the theme from Trump's final year, which was chaos and ketchup. This is what they did in the White House. You can see it's not subtle. It's there were over 28,000 ornaments, 165,000 lights, and what appears to be an indoor carousel. Which did AI decorate the White House this year? Someone had to be on mushrooms doing this, right? There's Joe Biden's first car, and that picture is coming down very soon, no doubt. Christmas is 23 days away. I know this because my kids ask me how many days until Christmas every single day. The advent calendars are open, and those accursed elves are back on the shelves. Our kids are 7 and 10 years old now. We assumed last year would be it for the elving and the shelving. Turns out we were wrong. And the thing is, we know they know, and they know we know that they know, but we're all still playing along with it. It's like what it must have felt like to be on OJ's defense team. OJ, tell me again why you had a disguise and you were headed for Mexico with $10,000 cash? That was because you were not guilty? Oh, okay, all right. We have that same dynamic with shelf elves. We even have a Snoop Dogg elf on Shizelf at our house. And some companies sadly bet on the wrong horse this year. One in particular has a twist on the elf on the shelf that was supposed to be the hottest toy of the season until the results of the election came in.
Who could forget the aw shucks likability of vice presidential candidate Tim Walz?
We made sure that every kid in our state gets breakfast and lunch every day.
This holiday season, bring his infectious joy into your home with Tiny Tim Walz, the uplifting action figure whose words are like warm eggnog.
Whenever you're ready to get back in that fight, I'll be standing right here ready to fight the fight with you.
Bring America's favorite dad to your family gatherings.
So what did you make for us today, Tiny Tim?
Tater tots, cream of mushroom soup, a protein, Spam, the hot dish.
No thanks.
Yes, please.
Tiny Tim Walz is the perfect addition to your holiday fun.
Jumping around, skipping like a dip.
Yeah!
That is weird behavior there. He's not wrong. I'm a veteran. I'm a hunter. And I was a better shot than most Republicans in Congress, and I got the trophies to prove it.
Okay, everyone. Who wants to carve the turkey?
Hey, nice shooting, Tiny Tim.
Dress him up as Governor Tim, Coach Tim, or Hunter Tim. And Tiny Tim Walz comes with a free tampon hidden in his back.
Okay.
Friendship bracelet, mini corn dog, camouflage hat, glasses, cornhole set, hunting vest and trophy, shotgun, football helmet, coach's clipboard, and caulking gun. All sold separately. Tampon included.
Good night, sweetie.
Aww.
It's time for sleep.
There is plenty of time to sleep when we're dead.
5 more minutes.
Yes! Thanks, Tiny Tim.
Collect Tiny Tim Walz and all his accessories to comfort yourself in the end times.
Available at Walmart's.